Did we read the book?
Yes.
Did we understand it?
Debatable.
Welcome to Reading Between Wines.
Where the books are questionable.
The opinions are strong.
The wine is absolutely necessary. I'm Cici.
And I'm Mariana, and today we have thoughts.
So many thoughts.
So pour yourself something strong.
You're gonna need it.
Let's uncork this week's read.
And what are we drinking today, Mariana?
We are drinking a red that is so aggressive. It also has attachment issues, which feels appropriate for Little Stranger by Leigh Rivers, which is basically what if emotional stability lost a fist fight. That's how I felt reading this book. So before we get into the chaos, this episode, and definitely this book, is strictly 18 plus. Little Stranger contains dark themes including obsession, possessiveness, toxic behavior, toxic relationships, trauma, manipulation, violence, explicit sexual content, and other potentially triggering topics. So please check your trigger warnings before reading if this is something you need. Protect your peace, babes, okay? Protect your peace. This book is a dark romance with a capital Please seek therapy. We've got obsession, we've got morally gray choices, emotional catastrophic people, and enough tension to power a small city. And somehow I ate it up like a raccoon out of a dumpster with no self-respect. It's one of those books where every chapter makes you go, okay, this is insane. And then immediately, okay, maybe I'll read one more chapter. What did you think this book was going to be before you started it?
You know what? You freaked me the fuck out with the spider thing. I know the people that watch us know that I'm terrified of spiders because that one episode. There's a spider, there's a spider, there's a spider! Oh my god, oh my god!
I'm gonna pee myself.
This book actually has a spider on the cover.
A red spider. Tarantula, to be specific.
I was terrified. I was mortified. Am I gonna have nightmares? What's happening? But it actually wasn't that bad. I thought it was gonna be really creepy, the spider scene, but it wasn't that bad.
You were okay with a tarantula crawling?
I bypassed that. I was just like,
You didn't actually read it.
I read it, but it was very
Sideways.
like I skimmed it. When I read, I don't know if you like this. There's people that are not like this, but when I read, it plays in my head the actual scene.
Yeah, me too. It's like visual, yeah.
Yes,
It like brings you into the world.
When this was happening, I was like, this is not actually happening. It doesn't actually... Nope. In my head, it was just like, it wasn't even a spider. It was nothing. Nothing was happening at that point. I was reading it, but I wasn't actually reading it. I was literally like, yep, let's move on. So it wasn't that bad.
So you read it sideways. So if I told you the scene now, you would not know it.
I would block you, and you would never see me again. So I just thought, creepy dude, obsessed with her, and I kind of got that. He is obsessed with her. I don't know if he's creepy. He's crazy. I'll give him that. Creepy. I don't know. What about you?
I honestly didn't know what to expect because I went into this blind. I saw the book and I was like, ooh, this looks freaky. I thought it was just going to be like standard dark romance kind of situation. A brooding man, an emotionally damaged girl. But this escalated so fast. Every time I thought we reached peak, Leigh Rivers said, hold my wine. Honestly, respect. And let's just say we love Leigh Rivers' writing. I love it. I love her writing.
Let's not get too caught up on this. Halfway through the book, I was like, hold on a minute, Leigh Rivers? I read a book about Leigh Rivers. What was the book? I was literally like this. Wait a minute. It was chocolate.
I love her books. I don't know what's going on in her brain, but I want to live in it.
This book, really well written, really hooked me. It was weird. You were literally reading it and was like, this is so fucking weird. What are we doing here? But also, it really dragged you into the world, which I didn't feel at all with Chokehold. And I want to erase that book from my head. I don't want
to... give me more of Chokehold.
No. I don't want to... No. Yeah, with Chokehold, I kind of wanted it to be erased. You know the Men in Black with the little thing? Wanted to come in like, look, and it's gone.
You'll never forget, because I won't let you forget.
With this one, I didn't feel that. It was like, okay, this is fucked up. This is weird, but I understand it. I get why it's weird. With Chokehold, it was like, it's weird and it has no sense at all.
It's deranged.
Yeah. If you want to know what we're talking about, go watch our second episode.
If you had to pick one quote to summarize the book, what would it be?
This is Malachi. I really like the name Malachi.
Me too. I love it when they associate it to psychopaths.
Okay, no. I was just about to say, I could give this name to a kid of mine, and now...
Now you can't.
Now I absolutely cannot. Also, not gonna have any more kids, so...
That you know of.
That I know of. I feel like I can't have kids without knowing they literally will come out of my vagina, and I don't think that's something you can forget.
No, I'm just saying, like, you don't know. You don't know what's going to happen in your future. You're very young. There's a lot more childbearing years.
Don't talk. What was it that John said? John said we were kids. I'm still a kid, so, you never know.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, John. Johnny was really hard. What a lovely guy. This was Malachi that said, Olivia Weiss is a piece of fucking art I want to own. And I think that describes his obsessions towards her very well. He just wants to own her.
Mine's actually kind of similar to yours.
What is it?
This is obviously from Malachi. He's got all the good lines. He said, you were mine when we were kids, and you're mine now. You'll always be mine. Before people start throwing therapy referrals at me, I know this is unhinged. I know. In my heart of hearts, I know. But Your Honor, this is dark romance, babes. I did not come here for healthy emotional boundaries and a couple that communicates through scheduled check-ins. I came here for the obsession, for the dramatics, for like the I would burn the world down for you, or pew pew. I love that. And I think the quote, like you said, perfectly captures the entire vibe of the book. It's just possessive. Also, the delivery of this line, absolutely insane. He'd been emotionally haunting her since childhood, and honestly, commitment like that is so rare these days, isn't it?
Well then, do you think this is box wine or vineyard elite?
The way I was picturing this, if I was drinking wine, I would be drinking like an expensive wine, but it would be served in like a cracked glass. And myself crying in silk pajamas, stating my beautiful silk. Aesthetically, it would be like stunning, but emotionally, it's what we call an OSHA violation. It's an occupational safety and health administrative violation. The relationship is such a chaotic mess that it would fail a safety inspection. That's how I felt. What about you? Is this box wine or vineyard elite?
This is definitely box wine. It's a hear me out box wine, okay? It's a kind of box wine that you buy to a chaotic night out with the girls and somehow finish the entire thing. Is it refined? No. No, it's not. But is it addictive? Unfortunately, yes. It's a hear me out box wine.
I'll accept that as an answer.
Thank you.
Otherwise
what?
I would have sent you a live spider in the mail.
Oh my god. Honestly, that would be terrifying.
So, who annoyed you more?
Here's the thing. You cannot picture someone's penises in the same train of thought be like, that's my brother. My love. Either it's one or the other. You can't have both. You cannot have both. She was actively thirsting over him, and then the constant, that's my brother, nearly sent me into orbit. I was like, you are driving me insane.
They're not blood related.
It's not that they are foster kids. She is thirsting over him and then be like, oh, my brother this, my brother. No, you can't call him your brother.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
You
that was weird.
Thirst over them, go ahead and do it, but don't think of him as your brother.
You're not...
Full on head...
Head first. Where would you be without me?
Maybe in
Who knows?
Also, every time she acted confused as to why Malachi was jealous or violent over her, when she was like, I don't know why he's acting this way, and I was like, is that a rhetorical question? Are you being serious right now? Are you stupid? Are you ill? What the fuck is wrong with you? Of course he's obsessed with you. I don't understand why he's got so violent with Adam. What do you mean you don't understand? He was touching your hand. That's why. Don't piss me off like that. Anyway, what about you?
I have a little bit of a rant here. Olivia tested my patience so many times because Malachi was out here operating at levels of obsession that should honestly qualify
for the Olympics.
Yeah, she kept acting surprised. Babe, that man has been emotionally attached to you since childhood.
He literally smells your hair to calm
and she thinks
down.
that's like, oh, he just loves the scent of me.
This is the normal thing, girl.
The warning signs for all of this unfolding were literally neon.
They were literally like, hello?
Olivia, she was going like, I'm not looking.
I'm so confused. Why is he acting
like this?
So confusing.
Before anyone says anything, yes, Malachi is deeply unhinged. But there were moments where I was like, Olivia, please stop poking psychologically unstable man and then acting shocked when he reacts psychologically unstable. It was so stupid because she would push him away and pull him back in and then get mad when he became more possessive and obsessive.
You know, when you go to the woods, there's bears there. A bear's gonna bear. A bear is going to bear.
Malachi's entire personality is basically Olivia, and he doesn't have hobbies. He just has her. Honestly, some of the emotional whiplash she gave him was brutal. Malachi was ready to destroy civilizations, while Olivia kept fighting the fact that she wanted him to the whole time. I have
thoughts about that. In the end, when he basically tells her, please stay with me, and she's like, nah. Nah? The fuck you mean nah? And she doesn't even give a reason as to why she's saying no. She simply says no. I have thoughts about it. I'll talk about it in a minute.
It might be a little bit controversial, but part of what makes the tension work is that Olivia does keep resisting him even though the chemistry is obvious. It's the yearning bit.
I don't see any yearning, but okay.
There is yearning because she wants to be with him, but she feels like it's wrong.
There's no yearning. They're still together, and then afterwards she's like, oh no, this can't happen, and then it happens again.
Every interaction between them, it felt like emotional chicken. It was kind of funny. Girl, at some point, you just gotta admit you're equally addicted to the chaos. Which, to be fair, is relatable because if a fictional man looked at me with that level of deranged devotion, I too would lose all critical thinking skills for approximately 400 pages. Who did you relate to more?
Nobody, of course. I support them, however, from a very, very safe distance and behind several locked doors. But I'm there like this. I'm watching you guys. Yeah, I support you. You go, girl. But I will be from over. Do you know that TikTok? No.
Don't worry, girl. I got your back. From right here.
That's me. I got you back from right over here. But I got you back there. What about you? I'm scared.
I just related to like the I can fix him kind of delusion, you know? Let me be clear before my therapist materializes next to me. Yeah. There's something so entertaining about a character seeing the most psychologically alarming behavior imaginable and going, yeah, but he's obsessed with me specifically. Cinema. Red flags become decorative throw pillows all over my couch. Do you have any honorable mentions or side characters you want to talk about?
I'm gonna talk shit about, you guessed it, a man, Parker. Parker! You knew this was coming, didn't you? Here's what I don't like about Parker. First, he's a creep. Also, the fact that he was basically selling her to his friends. He's like, you could get on your knees for like all of my friends. And I was like, I could punch you in the throat also. What about that, Parker? That'd be fun. I could also get scissors and cut your dick off, shove it up your ass. What do you think about that, Parker? Would that be fun? Would that be cool? You thought that was over? No, it's not, Parker. Sit the fuck down. Calling her kid while inside her? Are we okay? Are we feeling good? Are we stupid? Yes, the answer is yes to that one. I know that for sure. I am not sad at all that Malachi went there and basically broke his legs. Listen, sometimes a girl gotta do what a girl gotta do. And this time a girl was Malachi and what she had to do was break his legs. It is what it is. If you don't want your legs broken, don't act like an asshole.
Don't be a little bitch.
Don't be a little bitch, Parker. Don't be it. Also, the adoptive parents as a whole here, because I don't understand why you go through a trouble of adopting kids to then beat them or selling them. Like, I don't understand you taking them out of abusive homes to another abusive home in a completely different way. I feel like that's counterproductive. Just because they had good jobs and they had money and he was just like, oh, okay, you're good to have kids. The way he treated Malachi just basically beat him. The way she treated Olivia, she had good decision, not so good, bad, terrible, horrendous. She was like, horrendous sounds great. My eyes twitching. The spiders also were more interesting than some of the side characters. They had more backbone than some of the side characters. And this is from someone that is terrified of spiders, and I literally have goosebumps just talking about spiders.
I can give you the background on the spider story.
I need one. I don't want any background or anything.
No, but like why he's obsessed with them.
I don't need to know that. He had one. That's good. That's good for me.
Actually, he had two. He had one before this in the prequel.
Yeah, because at one point he does say that he had a spider and he was hiding under the bed. And he was just like, he was my only friend, and if he didn't speak, then I wouldn't speak. And I was like, Malachi, your craziness is showing.
They talk about it in the prequel and the abusive home he was in. His biological dad treated him so badly, and I believe his bio mom was a drug addict as well. He had only this pet because he was in a very abusive home, and his bio dad would bring over nasty friends. One of them took his spider and just crushed it in his hand and gave it back to him. The police found him later holding on to this like dead spider, and he wouldn't let it go because it was his only friend, and that's when he stopped talking. But that's when he stopped talking. It's really sad. The prequel's really good as well.
Let's stop talking about it.
Do you want me to sing you a lullaby?
Yes, please, thank you.
Okay. The itsy bitsy spider.
Wow, that was really fucking rude. Anyway,
I'm sorry it was there.
what about you?
I was really disappointed in Jennifer Vise, the mom that adopted them, because she was the one that was setting Olivia up to be sold. And she was just like, that's just how we do it in this family.
That's
Okay.
not the wrong way to do things.
I think that Jameson, the father, wasn't even made aware of this. He wasn't, he didn't, and when he found out, he was disgusted. And honestly, great for him. Parker and Adam were two of the guys that she was going to be sold to.
I say this later, the family paid Jennifer so that Olivia would have sex with Adam. They were pretending because neither of them wanted to have sex with each other. One of the maids heard it and they were like, oh, they're actually not doing it. And they made people watch it. Yep, like that's in Kim.
Yeah, I have nothing to say.
Yeah, and also Jennifer, the mother. Here's what she has to say about Malachi, the kid she adopted. I love him. We all do. But he's dangerous and unhinged and unpredictable. He can't feel remorse or empathy or regret or even love someone properly. He's a weapon.
Who the fuck does she think she is?
A weapon? A weapon?
What was she planning on using him for?
I was like...
Clean up her dirty work.
Anyway, I hate her.
I hate her too.
Would you want this relationship in real life?
I mean, like, no. I guess not. Their story's kind of cute.
Their story is kind of cute. Is that what you just said to me?
Yeah. The whole foster sibling thing kind of throws a wrench in it for me, because I'm just kind of like, well, I grew up with you. I don't know.
You could fall in love with your neighbor that you grew up with. Kevin Percy. They grew up together. It's not weird.
I mean...
It's not weird!
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, their relationship is like...
No, it's not cute.
And it's cute. As long as you don't put a spider on my face, we're okay. What about you? Would you want this relationship?
Absolutely not. In fiction,
Why?
pass me the popcorn. I love it. Nom, 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 nom. In real life, I'm calling my therapist and possibly the police because I'm scared. I'm actually terrified.
But he's in love with you.
He's in love with someone else. I don't want it. I'm sure there's other Cynthias in the world that would love this. Me? No. Absolutely, I want a guy who's obsessed with me. I don't want a guy that would beat someone up because they touched my hand. I love an obsessed man. I want an obsessed man with me. Don't want a psychopath.
But that's where all the fun is.
Well, I'd rather not have fun then. For you, was the drama justified?
In some cases it was. The situation with the adoptive mom trying to sell Olivia, the way Malachi reacted, the way Jameson reacted, very valid for that situation. I think between Olivia and Malachi, we got to take into consideration that they're very young before he went to prison when they were young. I think that drama was justified because I think they were both going through their own things. They both had their own traumas and stuff. I think it was justified. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Some of it was justified. Family drama, yes. The abuse, the manipulation, and trauma. Can you imagine the amount of trauma these people had? Whoa. The way they acted, I think it has a lot to do with the trauma they both experienced. Half of the misunderstandings, absolutely not. Some problems would have disappeared if people had one honest conversation.
But then we wouldn't have a book.
We still would have a book because, again, some of it was necessary. Some of them was just like, could you just listen to him, Olivia, please? Please.
Yeah.
If she had listened to what he was trying to sign...
He wouldn't have almost killed Jameson.
He wouldn't have. He wouldn't have gone to prison. The other stuff, I understand that was needed. The beating up of the dad, Jameson, that could have been avoided. Do you think this is a red flag or a book boyfriend?
This is where dark romance readers and the general public part ways dramatically. Because Malachi is not a red flag. He's the entire emergency alert system. But, as a book boyfriend, he absolutely understood the assignment. What makes Malachi so addictive? He's not pretending to be a good guy. He's not secretly sunshine under darkness. He is deeply unhinged from start to finish. And somehow that honestly makes him even more compelling for me. Severe trauma, antisocial behavior, personality disorder, violent tendencies, and an obsession with Olivia so intense, it's basically become his life's purpose. From childhood, he declared, "That's mine," and literally never emotionally recovered from that decision. Respectfully, that is insane behavior. But the thing is, I want intensity, and Malachi is intensity in human form. The selective mutism made him so much more intimidating because he communicates through actions like eye contact. Half the time he's just staring at Olivia with those icy eyes, and he's like 5 seconds away from committing a felony in her honor at all times. The devotion is elite. Horrifying, but elite behavior. Malachi is a walking red flag, but as a dark romance reader, I look at that giant crimson banner waving in the wind, and I was like, book boyfriend, what about you?
Malachi is not a red flag. He's the entire red flag factory. He is all the red flags.
You are so rude. You just can't admit to love.
Love.
So fucking rude.
Anyway, yet somehow Leigh Rivers had me feeling bad for him. Every time he talked about being abandoned or unwanted, I was like, oh no, don't make me like you. Do that to me. He's a red flag, but I can fix him. I've dealt with worse.
Honestly true.
I've dealt with worse.
Do you have any moments that you want to share?
I went from laugh, cry, and scream. So my laugh moments. He wasn't like, ha ha ha, this is so funny. It was like, if I don't laugh, I'll cry. And if I cry, I'll kill. So every time Olivia acted shocked, Malachi was obsessed with her. Cry, Malachi's letters from prison. When Malachi begs her not to leave him there. Scream, the parents selling Olivia's virginity. When they had people watching Adam and Olivia. Also, Adam was not able to get it up. And then later in the book, they say that he's gay, and I'm like, yeah. Was this a plot twist or something? Because, like, I clocked that way back there. And the minute you said to me that he couldn't get it up, I was like, oh, because he's gay. Listen, I'm not judging. I'm just saying, yeah, obviously he's gay. I don't understand this decision by Jameson. So, I know you don't have kids. I have a son. My son is very, very young. So, I haven't yet got to the point where he could possibly be with other people in that way. Thank goodness. Here's where I'm pitching it. I walk inside my house. And the bottom of the stairs, there's my kid's jeans. And I look up, and I see something is happening there with him and someone else. And my first thought is, let me go up the stairs. Absolutely not. It is not my first thought. That is wrong. My first thought actually is, let me walk back out. Make huge noise walking in, just being like, everything clacking. I'm just like, hello? Hello, is anyone home? I'm announcing to the world that I'm walking in this house. I am not walking up those stairs at any point. Even if he thought it was Malachi, why would you go up the stairs to see that? I'm sorry. I could even gather that he would stay in the bottom of the stairs and be like, could you guys come down, please? Could you guys get dressed and come down? That I would understand. But go up there and see? Lock eyes? No, I don't want to see that. That image would be in my brain forever.
I've had some pretty bad moments like that.
With your parents?
Not with me. Not with... Let me clarify. Not with me. Being on the Jameson's perspective.
Yeah.
With people that I... So I get it. But my reaction was to ram pillows over my head.
You were me while the spider thing was happening. This is actually not happening to me. I'm actually in paradise. Anyway, I thought this was really... What about you?
Well, there was multiple moments when I had to physically put the book down and stare at the wall or turn on something safe, make myself feel better. Not because it was bad, but because I was like, Leigh Rivers, you cannot just write that and expect me to continue breathing normally. Close your ears because I'm going to talk about the tarantula. Oh. When Malachi puts his tarantula on Olivia's face. I'm sorry. I think I had 3 reactions simultaneously. Horror, confusion, and then I was laughing. I was like, what the fuck is going on? That scene was weirdly intimate and a literal nightmare at the same time. Only Malachi could turn holding a giant spider on someone's face into a bonding experience. I think that man genuinely has the flirting skills of like 100 Victorian asylum patients all put together. And Olivia's reactions throughout the book honestly killed me because she constantly acts shocked that a deeply traumatized man with zero emotional regulation and behaving was deeply traumatized and obsessive. You can take your ears. Also, the sheer audacity of some of his possessive moments were incredible. Malachi doesn't enter scenes normally. He arrives like a paranormal threat, and I'm there for that. Every interaction felt one step away from murder or a makeout session, and sometimes it was both. This book has the energy of, this is toxic, immediately turn the page, and then you go, this is concerning, and then you turn the page faster because you just want to keep reading it. That's the energy of this book, basically.
Yeah.
Do you have any controversial takes?
I've said this before, I've talked shit about parents. Here's me again. The real villains of this story are the parents. Malachi's trauma explains a lot, but it doesn't excuse everything. Therapy is needed. Thank goodness by the end of the book it does go to therapy. Olivia being attracted to Malachi is not the most concerning thing happening in this book. Again, let me refer you back to the parents. What about you?
I think that what she said is absolute bollocks.
Who said?
You.
He said, oh.
Malachi is perfect, just the way he is. Let's leave our baby alone. I always only believe that dark romance only works if the author fully commits to the insanity. This book is absolutely committed to the insanity. I didn't want some dark romance hero that's kind of mean sometimes. I wanted Malachi, the defender of defenders, the protector of protectors. I loved him. I had read this book ages ago, and it still lives with me. I love it. It's in my top 10. Fiction exists so we can safely enjoy things that would be horrifying in reality. But also, it depends on the reality you want, because I think I'd still be okay with this.
Wait, any memorable moments?
I don't know if you remember the screwdriver scene.
Oh my god, yes.
What in the actual fucking hell was that? This scene was one of the moments when I had to put down the book and like look at the wall and go, what the fuck is happening? Mm-hmm. Somehow Leigh Rivers managed to make it disturbing, intimate, chaotic, unhinged, and weirdly emotionally charged all at once. The Malachi, the man does not understand the concept of normal affection, and everything has to be intense, dangerous, psychologically devastating, or mildly threatening. And the tension in that moment was insane because you know he's unpredictable. You know Olivia should probably be concerned, and yet the chemistry between them is so messed up and magnetic that you just physically cannot look away. I think it captures the whole vibe of the book, which is like, this is deeply alarming. Mm-hmm. What about you? What was your memorable moment?
The camping scene, for reasons I'm not gonna divulge now. Also, Malachi's receiving Olivia's location and immediately showing up. I fuck with that. I have a question for Olivia. Oh. This man is telling her, please stay with me. I love you. And she's like, thanks but no thanks. Goes back home. Meanwhile, she's engaged to someone. Her wedding day. Wedding fucking day. She's talking to her mother. She's like, I don't actually want to get married. I actually don't like this man. She met this man once, I think. And then she's like, I don't actually want to marry this man. I don't want to go through the wedding. And the mother, God forgive her, she goes like, you're going to go through the wedding. And Olivia is like, I don't think so, actually. Then the dad walks in, and she again says she doesn't want to get married. And the dad is like, we'll figure this out. We'll get you out of this. And then she goes out to get married. Explain that to me. I'm imagining like this, kind of like this room, this big ass room with full of chairs and stuff where people are sitting down. And in the end of this room, there's the stupid ass man that wants to marry her. She's there, the beginning of the room, right, where everyone's looking at her. She locked arms with her dad. Looks at her dad and she's like, actually, I'm not doing this. Jokes on you, I'm out of here. And she runs. You could have done this at any point in the day. Why now?
She doesn't make very good decisions.
You waited until you were walking down the aisle to be like, you know what? I'm actually 100% sure I don't want to go through with this. Meanwhile, she decided 3 hours ago she wasn't going to go through with it. Was it for the drama? I need to know. Do you want it to humiliate this man? What was it? Because if it was the second option, I am down for it. Also, I agree. Let's humiliate this man. He's a fucking man-child, clearly. Please, make fun of him. But also, explain to me that's what you're doing, because I'm confused.
Following that, are you going to reread this, or just redrink it?
Redrink it. 3 glasses. One for the trauma, one for the spiders, and one for whatever the hell was happening during the last 20% of the book. I don't. What about you?
Oh, it's a reread. Not because it healed me spiritually or anything. Quite the opposite. In this kind of book, you revisit when you want to feel slightly emotionally endangered in a fun way. Mm-hmm. Do you think these were main character vibes or delusional?
Olivia, delusional. She kept going, why would Malachi do that? Don't be serious. Girl. And Malachi, I would say main character energy. He's unhinged, dramatic, obsessed, and somehow convinced the entire plot revolves around him. Which unfortunately kind of does. It kind of is about you. What about you?
Besides that, like what you said, I feel like both of these characters walked into every situation like, I know this is a terrible idea, and then proceeded anyway with like Olympic level confidence. Yeah. And honestly, that's inspiring.
Honestly, you know what? Sometimes we need to be confident about ourselves and our bad decisions. Would you recommend it to your grandma?
Only if my grandma was secretly the freakiest person alive. Because imagine handing her this book and then having to make eye contact with her at Christmas dinner after. Absolutely not. This is the kind of recommendation where you say, read the trigger warnings first and then whisper, but call me when you finish because I need to talk about it. What about you? Would you recommend it to your grandma?
Depends on how much I like my grandma. If I love her, no. If she's bored and enjoys chaos, scandal, and making horrified noises every 5 minutes, I think I'm being generous here. Seconds, absolutely. I just won't answer my phone when she calls afterward.
All right.
And I won't be talking to my grandma anymore. I'll just be like, we're done, grandma.
All right. I think that's enough opinions for one episode.
But I have so much more. We've read.
We've discussed.
But did we fully understand it?
Well, that's still up for debate.
Follow us on everything at Reading Between Wines for more book chaos and questionable takes. I'm Cici.
And I'm Mariana. We'll see you next Friday with another book.
Another bottle.
And definitely more opinions you didn't ask for.
When needed.
And remember,
drink responsibly.
Actually critique irresponsibly.
Bye.
Bye.
Let me set the scene. Kat literally just told Candace that he feels the racism coming from her grandfather. And it talks about feeling an outsider, how people see him differently, even though the grandfather isn't outright racist to him, he can feel it. And then the next chapter, like literally you turn off the page and it's a fairy tale where a princess falls in love with a mouse. A mouse.